It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, folks, it's time for my Labor Day Satire special. I started thinking about those friends of mine here in America that sell supply and service print equipment, and they got this Labor Day holiday coming up, and I'm thinking, y'all can't take the day off. If you take off on Monday, you could show up on Tuesday, and your business could be gone. I mean, all the disruption, all the things that are going on, and you got to be working. So I put this list together, and I'm hoping that my friends will pay attention, because I really believe they need to stay open on Monday. But before I get into the list and all the reasons why they should be working on Monday, I got a big announcement to make. I heard through the grapevine there's a couple of organizations out there that are banning their employees from watching the end of the day with Ray. I mean, pretty ridiculous, but can you imagine? And I'm thinking, I got to do something about this because I got fans. I want them to be able to watch the show. I don't want them to get fired because their boss looked over their shoulder and caught them watching the end of the day with Ray. So what I've come up with is stealth mode. And I'm working on this. It's not ready to be released yet, but I'm really working on it because I think, let's just say you're working for like a mediocre leasing company. And, and the boss walks up behind you and you're watching the end of the day with Ray, you're not allowed to. Well, you press that button really quick and it could be a tutorial. Maybe it's a video on, how to answer the phone in less than 3 rings and the importance of that. And then your boss will think, oh, wow, this is really a dedicated employee, and move on. Or what if you're an OEM, right? You're working at the OEM, watching the end of the day with Ray, boss comes up behind you, you press the stealth mode, and maybe it's a video teaching you about paper as an example. And then your boss will say, well, it would have been nice if he was learning about IT services, but, I guess paper's important to us too. And then he'll think you're a dedicated employee. Anyway, stealth mode coming soon, ladies and gentlemen, for all those that are banned from watching the end of the day with Ray. Let's get into this list of why I believe y'all should be working on the holiday and not taking it off. The first item, if certain mega dealers or financially non-performing OEMs closed on Monday, people may think these organizations finally went bankrupt. That's one reason. Konica Minolta could lose customers who needed paper on Monday, thereby making Konica Minolta hard to do business with. Isn't Monday the day all the industry's analysts copy and paste the OEM's press releases? Seriously. I'm thinking the only other day I see any of them work is like 6 minutes on a Friday. Folks, I'm telling you, you can't be taken off. If Fujifilm US takes off on Monday, how many dealers would even notice? That's a question you got to answer, Fuji, and be truthful to yourself. And if the answer is not a lot, then you need to be working on Monday, sign up them dealers. Since nearly all the industry's technicians are past retirement age, if they enjoyed the 3-day weekend, it could inspire them to say, I quit, and enjoy the rest of their life. So that would not be good. Rico needs to understand that workhorses don't take Mondays off. Seriously, Rico, you got the workhorse now. Workhorses want to work. They don't take off Mondays. If Konica Minolta U.S. dealers take Labor Day off, Konica Minolta might fire them. Oh, unless Konica Minolta U.S. could terminate a dealer without cause. I'm thinking, I don't know about that contract, how that all worked out, but I'm thinking, Konica Minolta, they want to get a hold of a dealer on Monday, the dealer's not there, I fire him. And then somebody might say, oh, it won't matter, we can fire him whenever we want, without cause. Oh, wow. If Xerox takes off Labor Day, people might think that Xerox has finished in its successful reinvention and no longer cares if customers run out of toner on holidays. Wow. Jeez. Holy smokes. If the BTA lawyer takes off Labor Day, dealers will bypass him and call his predecessor, who refuses to retire and probably works all holidays. I mean, they'll say, the hell with it. We don't need to call the BTA lawyer anymore. Let's just keep calling his predecessor. Don't want to start that going. Toshiba, now that you are putting smart MFPs together with smart shopping carts, you will never have another weekend or holiday off, especially Labor Day, as all stores are having big sales. I mean, I want you to do this, but at the end of the day, when you do it, it'll be good for the company. But you're not going to be able to get holidays off or weekends or anything because people buy stuff all the time, right? Since the BTA Business Technology Association is 99 years old, if they didn't show up on Monday, people could easily assume the association died. I mean, seriously. I mean, 99 years old, the phone's ringing. They must have died last night. Oh, folks, I'm telling you, you got to work if you're in the BTA. Isn't Monday the best day for Sharp to sign up dealers to sell the Fuji machine? That's just a rumor I heard. And if dealers are signing up on Monday with you, you take a day off, you got to wait a whole nother week. If the industry takes off Monday, it wouldn't be fair to Static Control because they are owned by the Chinese Communist Party. And everyone knows the Chinese Communist Party doesn't care about laborers, either free or enslaved. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping these reasons inspired you to go ahead and take this day serious and go to work. You can't take a picnic. You can't take Labor Day off. because every single person watches me, even if they're not allowed to, knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck there, and I'll see you all after the holiday.